Welcome to Hey Bitch with Danny and Memo.
Here we go again. We said it was Memo and Danny.
I did not agree to that. I did not sign a contract. It is Danny and Memo. It sounds better anyways.
You wish. But what else? I digress.
The weekly podcast where we talk about everything from sex,
relationships,
body positivity,
sometimes politics.
Sometimes. I think we're out of the era of Trump, so we're okay with what we have.
Okay, we're good.
Every once in a while,
we're gonna move.
We're gonna do some politics.
We're gonna do some. Okay.
But we also talk about current events.
Okay.
And pop culture.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. And so sometimes we're gonna get that cheese meh.
The comadre,
really good cheese that we have to dish out.
Yes. Girl,
so
we're
definitely gonna talk about that. So how have you been?
Good. It's been a crazy week. You know me. I work a lot, so it's very that. And
very
so
the two jobs and maybe possibly three.
And trying to at some point get a man, but that's a whole other show. But can you believe we're doing this? This is nuts.
Yes.
But no, we're good. I had some trouble coming up them stairs, though, girl.
I saw that.
I'm trying to train now.
You're trying to train.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
She's Megan Trainer.
There's a lot of body here. I'm Megan the Stallion and the herd, girl. Like, I can't.
You're the whole damn thing.
I'm the whole damn herd. The whole damn thing. You know.
Because you've been trying to get fit. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to get fit.
I'm almost 30. So I am trying to be a girl. I want to be in the best shape of my life by the time I'm 30. It's going to happen in 2 years. And so we're working on that.
Yeah, let's work on that, both of us, even though we've had several conversations.
This is an ongoing conversation.
New Year, new me's all the time. Every year's a new year, new me.
We've been friends now since 2012-ish, I think is when we yeah. And girl, we've had this conversation
we've been saying
annually.
This for years. And it's an annual tradition.
It's an annual tradition to have the deceptive
to talk about how we're going to be new attitudes, new
girl,
everything.
Denial is more than just a river in Egypt, girl. We it.
Yeah. So he's working you.
Mm-hmm.
He's working you good.
We're working on it slowly but surely. What about you? How has your week been?
Pretty good. I did start training at the U.S. Post Office. What? It's very exciting. I'm gonna die in the heat, but it's okay. How dare you?
Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
Oh, my bad.
On the radio.
On the radio.
Okay. Well, it's been a good week.
Good.
I'm excited to do this.
Me too.
Yes.
But actually, before we even dive in, let me first introduce you for everybody who doesn't know you.
Oh, yeah, we don't know each other yet. They don't know us. They don't want to know us.
This is my effervescent friend.
That's a big word.
It is a big word. I've been reading the dictionary. She is fabulous. She's the hostess with the leastest, and bitch can bake. So that's why we don't lose weight. So I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
What's my name?
Danny.
And I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, Mama. She's the incomparable. She's the delusional.
Sweetie.
My bestie.
Sweetie.
Yeah, sweetie.
We're
Anyways.
friends forever, y'all.
Yes.
And then?
So we want to basically talk about what's going on in the world right now.
Oh, we're getting deep.
Of course. I mean, first let's talk about COVID-19, 19.
Do we have to?
Oh, girl.
This is an escape, girl. Why are we doing this?
I know, but
little mama, don't do this.
We're at the end of it. Almost. Apparently, Juicy thinks it's almost the end, or the end. It's the end.
Girl, don't even get started.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we're kind of like heading in that direction. I get that, but like, I mean,
I'm still wearing my mask and I'm vaccinated.
Same. Absolutely. I'm tired of. I wish people would just take this seriously so we can get it over with. Yeah. I mean, girl, I'm
trying to vacation.
Seriously.
Vegas.
Girl, I'm trying to club.
I know.
With no restrictions.
I miss caramba. So, I never thought I'd say that, but I miss caramba.
Girl, same.
Charlie's.
Oh, Charlie's. The tacos.
Tacos.
See, this is why we never lose weight. We always go back to
food. We always talk about freaking food.
We do.
Yeah. So,
but
it's getting a little better. This COVID has.
It's done a number on us.
It's done a number on us.
You've had it.
I had it. It was not a joke. It is not cute. The headaches. The
Story
body
of your
aches.
life, girl.
Yeah, you are a headache in my life. Thank you.
And you are ugly.
Anyways.
Too far?
Yeah, it was not cute. It was not fun.
No.
I don't recommend. Put your damn masks on.
For real?
Yeah.
For real.
Actually, a lot of my family had it. They
really?
were not, they're Mexican. They don't. They get together all the freaking time. They did not take care of themselves and now they're regretting it.
Social distancing to the Latino culture is like everybody. We got 10 people in the kitchen, 10 people in the living room, and then the rest in the backyard.
And they're
split
like,
up.
you said 10 people. Yeah, in the whole party, the whole house.
The whole house, not
Yes,
just per room. Yeah,
And you had it, but you didn't have any symptoms. You son of a bitch.
I didn't even know I had it. Like, I was feeling sick. I went to go get tested, and I tested negative for an active infection. Tested positive for antibodies. So I had no idea. And so, which was, I guess, a good thing.
Which is funny because the thing that sent you to the hospital was something completely different.
Right.
But what did you do right after the hospital visit?
I don't remember.
A certain wedding that you went to?
Oh, yeah. I performed my first wedding.
She did.
I did.
She really did.
I did. I'm an ordained minister.
Sick as a dog.
Girl, I left the hospital, went home, changed, and I ordained my first wedding for two amazing people, my friends Sean and Maz. And for it to be like the first wedding I ever did, like I had a blast. It was so much fun, and it meant so much that I was able to do it for them.
Because you're all about love. You love love.
Girl, love ain't got nothing for me.
Oh, here we go. Here's the bitterness. She's so me out right now.
She ain't bitter. She's just realistic.
He mad.
She's
he
realistic. Anyways, that's that. My dating life is going to be a whole nother show because we don't have time for it.
We don't have time for it. That's a whole 1.5 year show. Chapters.
Like girl, that's not just a chapter. That's a book. That's
an
a
Encyclopedia
series.
Britannica, honey.
Girl, they ain't got nothing on me. Let's not get started.
Let's get started with the topic of the week.
What is the topic of the week?
Our topic this week is going to be something so dear to our hearts, the struggle with weight loss.
Oh, girl. Are we doing this again?
It's been a struggle.
We doing this again?
Of course. Of course.
The delusion is real.
The delusion is real.
The delusion is real. I love it.
All right.
So let's talk about it. We're experts at doing nothing.
We're experts at bullshitting ourselves.
We really
That's
are.
What I've noticed.
We really are. We really are.
So what we do, our tradition, if you will.
Every year,
around December 25th.
New year, new me.
New year, me. We know New Year's coming.
Which really turns into New Year's, same old bitch.
Same old bitch. We always talk about, hey, this is the reason why I'm fat. This is the reason why I don't work out. And, we pretend we have some enlightenment. And we're like, I know I discovered the reason why. And we're going to change it and we're going to do it. And what happens?
We never do.
We never do anything.
What
do we do? We invite ourselves literally the next day to eat.
Girl, let's go have dinner and we're going to talk about it.
Let's talk about our weight loss.
Let's talk about our weight during dinner. Yeah, and it's funny because like it's we love talking about it because we build each other up so much, and then that's kind of
which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing,
but
because
when we're getting delusional with each other,
we support each other and we know we got each other's back. But that's the problem. When we say we got each other's back on the way to the restaurant, like
on the way to the restaurant and making excuses for each other.
Absolutely, and we got to stop.
The problem is we need to guide that friendship to a healthier place.
And I know that I started training recently. We talked about that, and I told myself that I wasn't going to post about it. I told myself, I'm like, I don't, because I know how I am and I'm all about that instant gratification. And so I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to post it. I'm just going to let my results be the.
Yeah, we had the conversation.
Yeah, that was another one of the conversations.
Right? We're like,
absolutely.
I'm tired. I'm not a person to be like, oh, I'm going to do it. Look, I'm at the gym. I'm checking in. Because that, to me, is just for attention. I mean, it could be for others just because they want motivation and they want to feel good. But I feel like if I do it, it'll be gratifying. And then I'll let that gratification dictate if I'm going to eat something to, give myself a prize.
Right.
Which is backwards because...
Totally backwards.
We're always trying to give ourselves, like, a break. But we really haven't done anything to like...
And you know what? And then so like that was kind of like what pushed it for me. So like I know I checked in there yesterday, but it's because like, dude, like I swear my
it's your first day with your first.
He's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like I was telling him, I'm like, dude, I go, we're gonna have a beautiful love-hate relationship here.
And it doesn't hurt that he's cute, right?
Girl,
is he listening?
I hope not.
Is he going to listen?
I hope not. He is on my social media, but he is awesome.
No wonder you're going to go every lesson.
I'm on time. I'm early. I'm bringing him lunch.
You're in the shower. You're in the shower ready. Like, okay, ready.
No, he's a married man, and I respect that.
Wow. Since when?
Turned over and you leave, girl. You're new me. So, but anyway, so like, so I posted. Like, I don't know. Like, a part of me was like, I wanted to post it. Like, it wasn't so much for attention. It was just like how I was feeling. I was excited. I was, I was I don't know. I was amped up on the adrenaline, I guess you could say, from a really good workout. And I posted it, and as I posted it, and people started liking it. I'm like, shit, what did I do? Like, I should have waited. Now people are gonna be expecting it, but I'm like, girl, after what I paid, girl, I'm
paying for this advertising. Okay,
okay, right. No, but like for me, it's different this time around because like I told myself, no more excuses. I can't make any more excuses. I don't want to. This is it. I'm almost 30.
And you want to look good on your 30th.
Absolutely.
Because we're gonna party.
We're going to party. We got the party
hard.
that we're putting together. And we got the trip to Costa Rica that we want to do.
Yes.
So hopefully, guys, keep it in
I'm not trying to be confused for a whale on that beach.
Oh, girl.
Ever.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get skinny.
So I'm asking everybody, keep it on your face. And by it, I mean your mask. I'm trying to go to Costa Rica.
Is that what you said?
Keep it on your face. Keep it in your pants. Keep it on your face.
Oh, okay.
Really. We slow today.
Let's work on that, shall we?
Let's work on that. Okay. Not a good one?
No.
I thought it was cute. But we got a lot, and so I'm doing it.
Good.
I'm doing it.
I've been scared to go to the gym.
Why?
Because of COVID, dumb bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been scared to go to the gym, and I know a lot of people suffer from anxiety. I don't much suffer from anxiety, but I hate going in there working out like next to like these freaking hot people. Their bodies are fucking gorgeous, and they've been there for like ever. And I'm coming in here, jiggling up in
huffing
there,
and puffing,
just going up the stairs, which happened today. So it's intimidating, but I think if I just get over that, then it'll work.
I think you have to get out of that mindset of who's watching me and who's here, and I'm not here for them. I'm here for me.
Right.
And I'm not trying to sound like I'm a pro, and I'm like, but I had to. Like, I go to, like, the gym that I go to is a lot of, like, bodybuilders and stuff like that. It's a private gym, and so...
no, she's private.
She's private.
She has a private membership.
I'm not trying to show everybody this jiggling yet. Girl, this is not jiggly caliente. This is jiggly too much.
Too much.
So...
You're jiggling...
She's jiggly lukewarm. Pero like shit, where was I going with this?
I don't know. You were
tangents.
Anyways,
but
along this conversation, we kind of have to talk about like the body standards that we kind of grew up with.
Whose? Because you got to remember,
we could talk about the gay. We could talk about the Latino.
You and I call it minority, like, squared, right? Because there's the gay thing.
We're the gays.
The Latino thing.
We're the Latinos.
The Americanized Latino thing.
Yep.
And so there's so many different
standards.
Because,
I mean, Latinos, Mexico. We're Mexican, right?
We eat.
We eat tortillas con todo. Like, every meal, we're eating tortillas.
Ugh.
I remember when I was thinner,
I don't remember
when
those
I was
days.
a little, shut up, bitch. When I was a little 25-year-old.
Like this.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Should we bring up the river?
What river?
And what you told me about the river the first time you met me?
Okay, let's get this out of the way because I can't. No, we're going to get this out of the way. So this bitch. So I was... Okay, so when I met you in, 2008 was when we went to the river. And so let's get this out of the way.
No, not 2008.
It was 2008. It was 2008, 2009.
I didn't come out until it was 2009. So you couldn't have met me.
So it was 2009.
I want to say 9 or 10. Something like that.
Whatever. Semantics. Anyways.
What'd you call me?
Stupid. No, but so we were on the river, and back then I was a very coy, very quiet, very, shy gay guy. We're going to go with that.
Right.
And so, like, you were this bitch, right?
I was the nicest person you ever met.
See, you guys, what I meant about the delusion? No. That's it. So, no, like, you were just very, like, direct, very, like, no filter, and I wasn't there yet. And so this was my first time actually hanging out with, like, this kind of crew that was all gay. And so, like, for me, it was I don't know, I didn't know how to make
experience.
It was a new experience, absolutely. And
because before you were out, but you would hang out with a lot of straight people.
Yeah, I had a lot of straight friends, and I had my gay friends, and I had my gay besties.
You were the token gay.
I was, and the big one, the towered over. No, but like this group was very different. Like, so as I was coming into this group, it was a little, I don't know, it was just different. So I was kind of very quiet. So then I was like, this bitch, I couldn't stand you in the beginning. Remember, I told you that. But it was because I wanted to be a little bit more like that. I didn't want to be like him, like a bitch.
You said that you looked not up to me.
Oh, girl,
but you like that part of
don't
me.
do that.
You had said that.
Who said that?
You said that.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I said.
Remember when you told me? And I was like, You shouldn't have told me that.
Believe me, I regret it till this fucking day. Like, I can't.
I just thought it was so sweet.
I did it.
It was so sweet.
I thought it was so regrettable. It was a forgettable moment. But no, like, so like I just said that I like that about you, and I kind of like wanted to be that more of that kind of person.
I think you have become that. Too much a little bit.
You think?
You think?
I'm America's sweetheart.
Oh, what?
What?
America's sweetheart? Really?
Yes.
No.
I'm a big teddy bear.
Maybe Afghanistan sweetheart.
Sweetie.
You're terrorizing us with all this.
Sweetie.
Anyways.
We gonna talk after this. But anyway.
So yeah.
So never bring that up again.
Never bring that up.
It's
It's done. It's over. It's canceled. Yes.
Okay.
But body image, Latinos, right?
Yeah, girl, we eat.
I remember
too
when I
much.
was thinner, my mom would be like, "You're too thin," and she would put more food on my plate. But then when I got bigger, she's like, "Are you gonna eat all of that?" So I'm like, "What do you want, mother?"
Right?
Like, you want me to be fat? You want me to be skinny? It doesn't matter where I'm at. She needs to feed me, or she needs to take some away.
See, those were words I never heard from my mother. You're too thin.
You're too thin. You were skinny.
When I was like 4, and then I was 5.
You were the skinniest 4-year-old.
Right? I was 5 when they took out my tonsils. And somehow, I don't know how that ended up correlating to gain weight, but I blew up. Like,
There's just more room in your mouth now.
Apparently.
You stuff more in there.
I was preparing for the future.
Wait.
Anyways.
You knew.
I knew. Oh, she knew. So, I started growing tall. Like, I'm 6'6" now. And I started ballooning. So, like, I've always been a bigger guy. I've always been chubby, chunky, fluffy. Pero, for me, it was always more like, ay, mijo, like, slow down. Ya estás comiendo demasiado. I'm like, well, y'all made a mistake by building my bedroom next to the kitchen. Like,
easy access.
It's like yes.
Meant something different back then.
Like Julia Roberts said, big mistake.
Big.
Huge. I'm going to the fridge.
I remember
now.
when I was a kid, too, that I love food.
Yeah.
And my parents' room was next to our kitchen. So I would open the fridge at like 9 p.m. And they'd be like, what are you doing? ¿Qué haces?
Oh,
Vete a dormir. Because I was
you.
sneaking, and so I had to be like really sneaky and open the door really carefully and get a little snack because they were even like, you need to slow down.
Right.
But I've always been big too.
Yeah. That's how I remember you.
When I came here, from Mexico when I was 4, I was really skinny. But when we started like discovering buffets, we started discovering
your favorite
burgers and pizzas.
Then
I started eating a lot more.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. I was like 4 or 5 when I ate my first full Big Mac. Like the whole thing. And it was downhill from there.
Downhill from there?
I was like, Big Mac, try me.
Try me.
2.
Challenge accepted.
And then now, I can't. But
you can't?
I can't. I'm my dainty little mouth.
Your palate's so much more sophisticated now.
It is. I'm cultured.
You're
Contrary to what you told me. This bitch had the nerve to say I was uncultured. How dare you?
You are uncultured.
How dare you?
Oh, come on, girl.
Sweetie.
The things that we talk about.
What things?
Everything.
I mean, well, yeah. But like, there's that. But like,
we're uncultured.
I'm not uncultured.
You're cultured.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Anyways,
but
that's one of the layers, right?
That's
being Latino. That's
being Latino. Yes, and absolutely. And then being gay.
Oof.
Okay, y'all. I'm as big as a gay as they come, but sometimes it's just like we have our own standards that
They're
we
very
kind of
different. If you ever heard like, oh, he's a 7 in straight world, but he's a 4 in gay. That's a thing. People
absolutely, it's a thing.
That's a thing with our culture and with our people, LGBTQ plus.
And I get it. Like I think that there's a perception we have to always put our best foot forward, and I get that. I totally get that. And if you're that person who has that body and you're into that, like by all means, like I applaud you. I think you're doing a great job. You're winning at that. Like I'm never gonna be one to be judgmental about that. Like I can't harp on that. I wish I was more like that and had that discipline. Sorry. And so, but for me, it's just like sometimes I feel like it's a little too harsh. Like I'm just a bit trying to love myself for who I am now, and then to add more to it, just makes it a little bit harder. It makes it very challenging to live up to these standards. Yeah. You know what I mean? The 6-pack abs, the buff chest, the the legs, the ass, all that. It's. What do you think?
I mean, it's when I came out, it was I guess a lot easier for me because I was in the best shape of my life at that point. So, you know, I was getting these looks. I was getting
LEWKS
looks. And they would tell me like, "Tienes pegue," and I was like, "What does that mean?" And they're like, "You know, people are looking." No, estúpida. They were like, "Yeah, people are looking at you. You're good looking. They wanna I don't know, be with me or hook up with me." So I was like, "Oh, that's great, right?" And in that world where I was, to others good looking, I didn't really notice like what other people were going through and be like the double standards and these high standards that were being set by others. But I could definitely feel it when my friends would make fun of each other or make fun of other people. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
They're harsh.
Absolutely.
They're really harsh when we're supposed to be this loving community, right? Supposedly we're supposed to like be supportive of each other and have pride, but gay guys are some of the meanest people we can be. We can be very mean.
And I say we, like, I say that for me.
Oh, we've done our share of.
We've done our fair share. You know what I mean? And so like we have our own standards also. You know, I think we all do. It's just it's like how do you? It's like we're our own self-saboteur. You know what I mean? Like, and we aim to take everything else on. Like, absolutely. It's just it's hard.
Yeah, because you were talking about. I mean, we had conversations before, and this kind of pressure can break some people.
Absolutely.
And, you know, in this community, we already have a lot of pressure on ourselves from the outside. Yeah. So we need to kind of stop and kind of listen to our own advice, right? All about love. Love is love.
And acceptance and unconditional. Absolutely. I think that there's room for everybody. There's space for everybody. I think we just need to allow that to be like, stop being so judgmental. I mean, if that person is not attracted to you, then keep it to yourself and just be like, no, thank you. There's no need to say something to make them feel bad. Yeah. I remember there was this guy that I was talking to. We had gone on a few dates and we were starting to get intimate one night. We went to dinner. I'm not going to say where because, you know, it's very classy. Waffle House. And
did you say Waffle House? I just want to have everybody hear it. It's Waffle House.
I can't.
Waffle House.
So we went to Waffle House. It was like a last minute thing, and he's like, "Meet me at the Waffle House."
Did you not get a reservation somewhere else?
Girl, that steakhouse was booked. I couldn't make it happen.
And the second choice would obviously be Waffle House. Did you get into a fight there?
I'm a big bitch. I like Waffle House. The pancakes is good.
They're all right.
All right, so don't judge me.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, so we went to the Waffle House, and then we came back to my house, and we were trying to be intimate. Girl, I was trying to smash. Like, let's do this, right? And then like this motherfucker like stopped and was like, "Oh, I can't do this." I was like, "Whoa, why? You're too big for me."
Did it not have eyes during the Waffle House experience?
Did you just meet me? Was this like a blind date? Like,
and you were gonna smash after Waffle House? You're nasty.
I mean, girl, we have 2 hours.
You got rid of it?
I'm kidding.
What the hell?
I can't believe I said that.
I can't bottom right now. I had Waffle House.
I mean, girl, I was on. The clock is ticking, sweetie. If we gonna do this, we got exactly.
Oh, you're like into the day. You're like
48 minutes before
something happens.
Yes. So anyway,
you should have asked at the beginning. Are we smashing or what? Because I want to get this fucking.
Because so I can get a salad or a bitch can get a country fried steak. Okay. So anyways.
Oh, either way, gravy.
Either way. Ranch.
Either way, gravy.
Either way, gravy. With 12 hours. Yeah. Anyways, so like, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And he's just like, yeah. He's like, I go, so like, you couldn't have told me
why
this
at this moment? Why'd you come in the house? Why'd you even come in the house?
Seriously, like, you know, kind of knew where we were going. Like, what's up? Like, why? And he's like, well, no. He goes, I was trying to overlook that.
Trying to overlook that, like it's.
I lived in
such a hard thing to do. Like,
we were in my room on the second floor, girl. It took every ounce of me to not throw him through that window. The only bad part is he would have landed on the pool, he would have been fine.
The body.
No, I wanted him to hurt.
Oh.
So, no, like, yeah, he said that to me. I was like, that's a shitty thing to say. Like, and so like that you have no idea the damage that did. Like, I'm not really one of those sensitive guys, but when you like that.
You're not as sensitive?
Really?
You're not sensitive?
Are we doing this? Just because I cry at bars, okay?
You cried at the bar, girl. You cried.
I cried.
Me and your cousin were just sitting there like, is this bitch crying right now? We're in the middle of the bar.
We're at a bar. We're having a cheese plate. We had like 4.
We had 4 cheese plates.
We had 4 cheese plates. Big girl struggles. Charcuterie. And I don't even forget what we were talking about.
You were having a week.
I was having a week.
You were having a week. That week. That's why we were out there, because you needed to drink.
Yeah, or several.
And you just like in the middle of conversation you stopped, and then you started to, that lip quiver, and then you just started crying. And me and your cousin, Jeanette, were like, is this bitch really crying at the bar? And then you stopped, and then we started talking more, and then you cried again.
It.
But you're not sensitive.
I'm not sensitive. I'm not that bitch. But it was. I remember that moment. Should we relive it? No, we shouldn't. Anyways, so like I don't know, like it just like that kind of moment just like messed with me. Not the bar moment, like well yeah, but like to be told that like here I am about to we're about to do this.
Mm-hmm. And you thought that he was into you?
Absolutely, and I really liked him. Like I know, what do they say now? No cap.
No lie.
No lie.
Yeah, I was at my sister's house, and my 2 nephews were there, and they're like, no cap. And I was like, what does that mean? And they started laughing at me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the old uncle now.
You're the old uncle.
I don't know any of the fucking lingo anymore.
We don't. What is this? Oh, God. It's like I have to call my nephews. I'm like, hey, I heard this. What does this mean?
Yeah.
And they all laugh at me also via text. You should see the gifts I get. Mm-hmm. Is it gifts or gifs?
Don't even start that.
We'll say that for another show.
For me, it's gifts.
I thought it was gifts.
I thought it was gifts.
Okay. So. Anyways, we digress. But yeah, dude, like that. I really liked him, but to hear that's those again. That all comes back to like the same standards that we have, and where do we go from that? Like, how do we?
So you're like, get the fuck out of my house, then?
Yeah.
What was that? What did you do?
No, like he hung out, like we talked, like I'm like, okay.
Even after that?
Like, you know me. I'm America's sweetheart. And no, like we talked, like I'm like, okay, well, we don't have to do this. Like, let's just go downstairs. We went downstairs and we like talked for like maybe like half an hour, if that. Like,
I mean, what do you have to talk about after that?
I just didn't want to make it awkward because there was a mutual friend between us. And I happen to
never set up your friends. That's
please
never.
Don't.
You're gonna burn bridges, and we know about friends and burning bridges. Or friends who burn bridges for us.
For us, burn bridges, burn cities,
everything, burn it all.
Oh, okay. Paris is burning, sweetie. In Phoenix.
We would have a shorter list of people who we can talk to than who we can't.
It's like, yo, can we talk to this person? So anyways, yeah. So we like talked that out, and then like. He ended up leaving, and I think we talked for a little bit. I think we hung out one more time, and that was it. And so like him and I would touch base whenever we'd see each other out at the bars and stuff like that. Like he was like overall like he was a nice guy, but obviously that didn't work out. But
I mean, what do you think that comes from? Like having that stand. I mean, I understand attraction. Like attraction is just something that you have right off the bat. But to be that. I don't know, that hurtful, that shallow.
I don't think he was trying to be that hurtful. I think he was trying to be honest. And I can appreciate the honesty. I think there's a way to go about it. Like, the dude seriously need a little bit more truth, right? See, big words. I'm trying. I don't know if I use it right, but I got respect the honesty, but I don't know.
Just the way, I mean, mixed messages.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Like, if
you're going to come into my bedroom and then start fooling around with me and then stop all of a sudden, no.
And don't get me wrong, like I'm not gonna over here to play the victim. I've been guilty of that. I've done that, like where, like I thought I was into a guy. We talked, we messed around, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this isn't working. I can't do this. So I know where his mindset was. I was more of like, I didn't say, hey, you're too big for me, or you're too small for me, and by small I mean like frame.
Right.
Don't get crazy. But it was more of like, for me, it's like, hey, you know what? I can't. Like, it's just not there for me. So I would never try to attack a person's person like that.
Right.
I'm not innocent. I'm not that person. But it just, it was damaging. It was hard. And because I know how it felt, I try not to do that.
Right. My first kind of experience with like being fat shamed. There was this guy that I used to hang out all the time with in the group, when our big groups that we used to hang out with. And he was thin, and we would always like check out guys together. And then I hadn't seen him for like, let's say 2 years, 3 years.
Okay.
And then during that time, I got bigger, right? And then I went to the bar, and I saw him, and I was like, hey, girl. And then he's like, hey, girl. And then he goes to my ear and says, oh, girl, you got fat.
Who is this person?
I'm not going to tell you who it is.
You know I'm going to cut him.
But it was like, whoa. I haven't seen you in years, and that's the first thing you want to tell me.
That is so rude. Like, why would...
So rude. And I was like
my blood is boiling. Like, I want to know who the hell this is. Like,
and then I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, I know, girl. And I was like, I kind of like validated his point by saying, oh, I know, girl. Like, I understand.
But like, what do you say that? Like,
I mean, what do you say to that? Like,
yeah, that's what. Yeah, what do you?
And
say
I wasn't
to
expecting it, so I was caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of messed with me that day. That whole night, I was like, fuck, damn.
Yeah.
You're just gonna tell me like that? Like,
well, yeah, because it does something to you. It kind of messes with you.
I mean, and I think what hurt most is we were not friends. We were acquaintances, and so I think it hurt more because it's like more of like if he can say it and he kind of notices, then everybody notices.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So that was the first time. And I was like,
wow.
Fuck. That hurt.
We gonna have a side conversation after
But it wasn't enough to get me to stop eating.
Right. On the contrary, you're like, we gotta go to
oh hell, you're gonna be fat. I'm
this.
gonna get fatter, right?
We're going to IHOP.
And I was talking to my husband the other day about that feeling of like, I know, right? I talked to my husband.
Why?
Thought
we voted.
I want to be so anti status quo when the gays are like, oh, you know, it's good to be thin and skinny and la la. That sometimes I think I self-sabotage myself to not ever be. I lost weight because I was fat shamed, and that's the reason I'm skinny.
Right.
I want to be like, I made the decision. I want to be healthier. And I feel like I've been doing that lately. I was like, I'm so anti status quo. Like, I don't want to be like all the gays, to kind of like show them, like, you know, throw my fist in the air, like, you know, I'm better because I did my own thing. But at the end of the day, I'm still not healthier. So I'm suffering at the end of that anyways.
See, like for me, like, I don't know what it was. Like, you know how we've always talked about this epiphany? Like, when's it going to happen? That moment. Quit having a moment, right?
It's because we're movie people. We're like, we need to have moment, epiphanies. We need to have moments where like, oh my God, realization.
Absolutely.
And I think we're waiting for those too much.
You know what it was for me? Like, I was listening to this video on TikTok, right? And this guy said something that was very true to me. He says, look, you're going to suffer either way. You're going to hurt either way. You're either going to hurt because your back's hurting you or because you're feeling this, that, or the third when you're this size. Or you can take that, do it on your terms and hurt, but then reap the benefits. And of being thinner, of being healthy, being able to move. And so I convinced myself that I'm not doing this to be status quo. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to fit into these standards. I'm absolutely not. It's I'm doing this because it's about my health. It's about.
And at your age,
I'm almost 30.
You're almost 40. Stop lying. Don't you think I caught that?
Why you gotta do me like that?
We all know you are not almost 30.
I'm almost 40. I look like I'm almost 30. See, why you gotta do me like that?
Let's be honest. Let's all be honest. This is about the honesty. Okay, this is all about honesty in this show. You're almost 40, which is not.
Girl, I look good for 40. No, it's not. I live for it. Literally. But no, like, so like I'm almost 40 and I don't want to be one of those people who at 40 is already developing a lot of things that are just going to lead me down a road. So I'm like, no. So
it's like a snowball, like.
Absolutely. So I think for me now it's every time I go to the gym, I talk myself up like, yo, I remind myself, you're doing this for health. You're doing this for this. You're not doing this for anybody but you.
And you said before you're like you want satisfaction like immediate.
Yeah. But
that's the difficulty with me is like I want to eat food and be like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Instead of having those be moments where like, you know, this week I ate really good and then I get the treat of having this amazing meal. I feel like every meal should be amazing, and that's my problem. It could be healthy and taste good and satisfying.
Oh, absolutely. And like for me, like I've realized that I have a very bad relationship with food. Like for me, it was my emotions.
Your comfort.
My comfort, absolutely.
I think it's what a lot of people relate to that. It's like, or my thing is boredom. I think it's comfort and when I'm bored. So I feel like we've let it become like a personality trait. The loving the food. Oh, I love food. Food's delicious. Like that's a personality trait for us now, and we have to stop kind of making it a trait of our personality.
Like we literally, like before coming here, we're like, oh, we should go eat afterwards to.
You said that. I did not say that, but I did agree to it.
I can't. So yeah, you know what I mean. Like that's like our thing. Like, oh, we're gonna reward ourselves for doing
with
this.
food.
Let's go have a conversation.
If we do that, we could still have healthy food and still be a reward.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. And so for me, it's been like this thing of like kind of like talking to myself out of every decision, everything. Not talking myself out of it, but like kind of reminding myself what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Again, I'm not perfect at it because I'm not gonna lie to you. At work, we have these little bags of cookies, and I had one today and I shouldn't have. Sorry, Jose, my trainer, if you're listening.
Which he's not. No one's listening.
No one's listening.
Except like your cousins and.
Hi, Mom. But it's very that. So like I think that's and I kind of like and every time that I'm talking to myself about that, I remind myself of our conversations.
It's hard to hold ourselves accountable.
It is. And then like look at my nephew. I'm like, dude, you are 13 years old. You are a badass in football. How do you do it? And like I'm almost 30.
Because he has a fast metabolism because he's a new person.
He's a new person. He's a new recent model.
He just was descending from heaven. Okay.
Seriously, like the dude is incredible. Like he's doing all these kinds of crazy exercises in the gym, and I'm like, I can't even lift my leg.
Yeah.
Without getting winded.
Without
like,
feeling a little pop or something.
Okay, like seriously. But it's very that. It's very that. And so like you got to kind of remind ourselves kind of coming back because we went off, right?
Of course.
The standards and
yeah, I mean, when we're dating, it's the whole cliche of like he's single because he got skinny or she's single because she got skinny, right? Mm-hmm. And that truly happens.
Well, not for me.
Yes, you did. When you were, I guess not.
Remember, it was a point.
No, but you really tried though.
I did.
That first time when you got single.
And the in between.
The in between.
I did actually.
Between this individual
I did a pretty decent job.
You did a pretty decent job. So, but you had that feeling of like, okay, I'm single now. I can't live like this.
Right.
So you tried. You lost weight, but it was for the purpose of dating.
Right.
Which is, I mean, I think that's in the straight community and the gay community.
Right.
Because you want to make your revenge body, right?
And I ended up where I started.
But then a lot of people do it because of the revenge. Mm-hmm. But then revenge doesn't feel so satisfying after a year or two
because you remind yourself that you're doing it for somebody else.
Exactly. It wasn't for you. When you do it for someone else, it never works.
Right.
It always fails because the motivating driver to that was revenge. Mm-hmm. I want them to look at me and be like, fuck, I fucked up. Mm-hmm. But that's not going to carry you through to a permanent change.
I think for me now, I took the appearance out of it. For me now, it's like you're going to look at me and remember what you had, and you're going to be like, fuck. And so for me now, it's more about, I took out the third person. It's about me.
Good.
It's about me.
Good.
It's about only me. Me first, me last, me. So like when like.
Me.
Mm-hmm, me, I'm first. Did I really just go, oh yeah, bitch, we fighting in the parking lot, guys. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a fight. I mean, you probably won't hear this, but we fighting. So I had to. And so, like I said, I'm not perfect, girl. Like you, call my bullshit. Like,
well, how's dating though? Because again, with that weight loss and body standards, you're going to see that like on the apps, right?
Yeah.
We got to talk about that.
We do.
The whole no fats, no femmes.
Sometimes no
furries, no Asians.
That means we got to stay off of Grindr.
Exactly.
Grindr's not for the furries.
You say you're off Grindr, but then I hear all the time.
See, what happened was there was a YouTube video, and I just used it as a sound effect just to see what your reaction would be.
But how is it dating on apps, and especially now in COVID times? Like,
I'll be honest, like I've been single now for 2 years. And in the first year, I try to date. It was more of a like that mentality of like, this ain't nothing.
Right.
You know, like
I don't need him.
Right.
He's missing out.
Absolutely. It was very that. Like I'm like, I can date like that. Mm-hmm. Right. And it was and it wouldn't work out because like I met incredible guys, but I wasn't ready. And so I gave myself that time. And so I made it more of a thing of like, I need to regroup, regrow, and learn, because I think I had to learn. I had never been in this situation before. Like this breakup was something I've never.
Devastating.
It was. It was like let's call it what it is.
Let's
right?
call it what it is.
Devastating
Because
even though like
you were putting up this front, which I could see right through you, bitch. That you're like, oh fuck him, I don't need him. You know, he's missing out.
Absolutely.
And he is. But you are a kind of person that's like, let me not linger in these feelings.
I couldn't.
Which is a good thing sometimes, but sometimes it's detrimental because you don't allow yourself to grieve the relationship,
right?
Grieve the loss, which is, I think, absolutely necessary to kind of really truly get over somebody. And not get bitter, not get jaded.
And that's kind of what I was turning into. Like I was turning into that person who was like, oh, I don't need him. And it's like, even though like it was me who kind of asked for the end, who broke up.
Ending it or having it ended on you
is very different.
It's
and
different,
it fucks with you differently.
It's still hurtful.
Absolutely.
It's like you had to make the choice to end it.
Absolutely.
And you have to live with that. And you have to be like, was it a mistake or not? I think that's the thing that gets a lot of people is like, was it a mistake?
Did I do the right thing?
Did I do the right thing? And then they look at, you know, that person afterwards and they're like, fuck, did I do the right thing? And but if the feelings you were having and the problems that you were having still existed then, they were probably still going to exist after.
Absolutely.
Even if you got back together or you said something. Those things, especially since you already said those things to him a lot of times, like, I need this from you in this relationship. And he just wasn't about it. So he was still going to remain the same person. So in your situation, I feel like you are clear because you're like, it hurts, but he's still the same person.
I think that for me, it was, I had to realize that again, I'm not saying that my ex was a bad person because I don't think he is. I think he's not a bad person. He just wasn't the right person for me. You know what I mean?
And that's a lot of what happens.
Exactly. And it took a lot for me to realize that and a lot for me to accept that. And so when we did it in the beginning, I was like, no, you know, fuck him. I'm done. I'm going to survive. You know, I was singing my own anthem. I will survive. Girl, I was Gloria Gaynor.
You were.
Is that who sings it?
I don't know. Sorry, we're bad gays.
We're bad gays. You talk J-Lo to me, I know every song. Anyways, that's a whole another show. But anyways, so like I did that and I saw that it was getting me nowhere. So I really made it about learning as much as I can, learning the role that I played in that breakup and in that relationship, right? And I had to take accountability for it. I forced myself, there's a lesson for me to learn here. And like I've dated in the past and I had a boyfriend in the past, but it wasn't on the same wavelength. Like I lived with this guy, I was engaged to this guy, and so for me it was a different level of depth. You know what I mean? So dating, like, so I gave myself like in the first year, I'm not gonna date. Like don't get me wrong, did I do things? Did I hook up? Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Right, I have
Wednesday.
needs. Yeah, I have it's Wednesday. Sounds so cliche, right? I have needs.
I have needs.
No, and it's not even that. It's just like it's not like I have physical things. Like I need to be, this, that, or the third. It's more like I kind of want to feel desired. I want to feel wanted, and so you kind of tend to go back to those apps for that. You know what I mean? And I did.
I mean, yes, but I know when I was single, it was difficult because these guys on these apps, what are dating apps, what really are hookup apps,
right?
Would ask for so many pictures, and I'm like, I don't want to send these pictures because I'm not 100% secure, right? So I can only imagine what it is right now.
It's worse.
Tell me about that.
So it's like me, like I've done things that I'm not proud of, like on there. Like I have shared pics,
like this show.
Like this friendship. Why are we here? Who brought me here? It's I've done things, right? And I'm not innocent. Like, it sounds repetitive. Anyways, pero like now it's even more because like I put pictures that I think I look good in. Blonde hair and all, right?
Blonde. You're such a natural, beautiful blonde.
COVID won me over.
The boredom of COVID.
A bitch went blonde.
This is like the third time, though.
I tried gray, but it washes out. Don't judge me. Anyways, so I posed, but like, no, I want to see more. Okay, well, what more? Send me a naked pic. Send me a body pic. Okay, send you a body pic. But you're not naked. And I'm not gonna be like, I try not to, and sometimes I feel like I have the confidence, like, fuck it, I'll send it, and I have, but it's just harder now because it's
like you're selling yourself.
It's like And it's that thing where like they're not interested, and I get that. Like, hey, this cake right here isn't for everybody. This is,
pound cake.
Fair enough.
But how many pounds?
Shut up, bitch. Can we end this? Torture. No. It was one of those things where it was more along the lines of like, it made me feel worse about myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because like here I am exposing myself literally and figuratively to you.
Just with words on a phone.
Yeah.
Like messages. Like that. How are you gonna get to know me?
Right.
With messages.
Right. And so I just like I made it worse. So like I go through these moments where it's like I'm gonna delete the apps, and I delete them for a while, and then I'm like I get lonely. COVID gets me lonely. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find somebody just to chat with, and then it goes a different route. So it's been interesting to say the least. But I mean, like I'm hopeful that someday I'll meet somebody. But I'm at such a good place right now where I'm like I'm single. I enjoy being single. I love my singleness. Mm-hmm. So I'm good with that right now.
Good.
If it happens, great.
I've told you before.
Yeah.
Most people meet somebody without even looking.
Mm-hmm.
When I met my husband, I wasn't looking. He just happened to message me, and it worked out. But I wasn't looking for it. Like I need to be with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not a person to like jump from one relationship to the other.
Right.
I really like that in between time.
Yeah.
Because when you jump to another one, it's to me it's an insecurity. Like I can't be alone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't let people see that I'm alone.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of look back and say, "Hey, look, I got a new guy after you."
Yeah,
and I'm not that kind of person.
And to me, it's like you never really what's the word? Grieve that relationship.
Loss, yeah.
You never grieve the loss because it is a loss. You never actually get to grow and take ownership. Process. Yeah. Like I think that in every breakup, there's a role that you take, and you're either the one who made it happen, or you're the one. Or not even that. Like, what did you do that brought you to this point?
It's a two-way.
Absolutely, you can't blame just the one person.
You can't just blame the other person.
Right.
Yeah. Even though we love to.
Girl, okay.
We like to.
But like it's very that. So like right now, like dating, for me it's taking a back burner because for me it's about my weight. For me it's about my health. I mean, let me change that. It's about my health, not my weight. It's about my health, and doing what I have to do to be the best version of me.
Yeah, I once heard my friend when I was working at P.F. Chang's, he was like, I'm losing weight because I want to look good naked. Mm-hmm. I want to look to the mirror and be like, damn, I'm hot. But for himself. Mm-hmm. It wasn't for anybody else. Mm-hmm. He wants to look in the mirror while he's by himself and say, hey, I look amazing. This is the
Absolutely.
body that turns me on, right?
Absolutely.
And I think I want to take that kind of mentality. It's like, I'm not doing it for anybody else but myself.
Yeah.
And I think we need to kind of have that support for each other and be like, don't even do it for us. Don't even do it for...
But let's do it.
Let's do it.
Again, we're having this conversation.
We're having the conversation.
But
this time it's real, though.
But this time it's real. I'm already there.
I'm gonna join the gym.
Do it. Which one?
I don't know.
Because you know what we're gonna do since we're doing this now.
What? Go after this. We can't go before.
Well, not
we're
today.
Gonna be able to fucking win.
Not today. But no, what I'm saying is like, let's make it part of this.
Yeah. Update. We're gonna be on camera, so we got it.
Right. Get me from my good side. Pick one. No, make it a part of it. Like for that one listener who's out there, Jovan, you're gonna hear this and you're gonna hold us accountable. And why don't we make it part of it?
We're gonna do it.
Well, let's do it.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say? Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to...
I think we've said enough.
We've said it all.
We
have more to say.
And then so. I'm thinking like, what can we talk about in the next show? Like, what are we going to do?
Well, there's a lot of themes.
There's a lot of things that we're going to revisit. We're going to go off on tangents.
Yes. And next show, we're going to have a few people on. Some of our friends. You'll get to meet them.
Why?
Because they're friends.
Are they?
Oh, yes.
I'm just kidding. I adore them.
All right, everybody. If you want to reach us, we have created an email for the show. If you want to kind of reach out, tell us what you think. If you want to give us ideas about topics you want to talk about, you can always email heybetchpod@gmail.com, heybetchpod@gmail.com.
Hey, Betch.
You can also look at our personal socials on Insta. Mine is DANGAZ86, so DanG86. And DanGAZ86 on Insta and Memo.
Get it right, girl. Mine is Insta_memomem. Insta_memomem. Yeah, that you can start there. We're also going to be working more of the social media, so we're going to be creating a page on Facebook for this as we do this. So follow us. Stay tuned because we're going to grow in what we're doing here, and we plan on shrinking in what we're doing here. And so yeah, it'll be a journey. Like today was a journey. We went all over the place.
We'll get better.
We'll get better, I promise. And we'll see where it goes next time. Because no, girl, we don't even know.
So thank you so much for joining us here on Hey Betch, and we'll see you next time.
Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.